Alaska, a wild frontierland ravaged by snow and ice, and surrounded by almost 50,000 miles of coastline. One wonders, is it possible that amid such a vast and untamed wilderness, that something could lay hidden, undiscovered beneath the icy water?
Yeah, I saw it out there. He was swimming, kind of paddling out there in the inlet there. It looked at me and growled. Man, I swear, it came hauling after me. It was terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Seawolves are real, man. They're real.
Hello, and welcome back to Cryptids of America. Today we begin our journey here at the University of Alaska Anchorage, a local college that has adopted the Seawolf as their school mascot. It is here, at this prestigious institution, that the world's foremost authority on this elusive creature conducts his research. Professor Clarence Wolfe received his PhD in marine canonology, as well as a bachelor's degree in fictional studies and mythology. He sat down with me to discuss the roots of this centuries-old tale.
The story is really corroborated by several different sources. The first being from the Tlingit tribes that inhabit southeastern Alaska. They have a story, as do several other native Alaskan tribes, about an animal that inhabited local waterways. They called the creature Gonakadet, and it is described in the legends as a sort of hybrid between a sea monster and a wolf-like species.
There are also many accounts of such a creature appearing in the diaries of some of the explorers that sailed through Cook Inlet with Captain James Cook on his expedition to Alaska in the late 1700s.
Yes, many believed that these accounts were little more than just maritime visions. There's a debate in the field that's similar to homesick seafarers having visions of mermaids after just longing for their sweethearts at home, that those deckhands that particularly missed their loyal dogs back at home would imagine pups with fishtails leaping out and greeting them. Many of my colleagues believe that these stories are nothing more than nautical fantasy, but I don't know. They seem to correlate very strongly to the story of Gonakadet that the local tribes tell and have told for many years.
Is that then what one could theoretically expect from an encounter with a seawolf? An interaction reminiscent of something as harmless and innocuous as a greeting from a little pup?
Most of the stories do indicate that if such a creature does exist, it's fairly harmless. But many people who claim to have seen the creature report definite aggression. It's a creature that has been likened to the wolf for a very particular reason.
Professor Wolfe pointed us in the direction of Hope, a small mining town across Turnagain Arm, where one of the only surviving witnesses of a seawolf sighting in Alaska still lives. Our journey took us on a trip down the most dangerous stretch of road in the state, the Seward Highway. We arrived in the sleepy town nestled between mountains and ocean and sought out Henry Oakes, who claims to have had an encounter with a seawolf when he first came to Alaska with his brother in 1995.
Well, I reckon it was about 20-some years ago. My brother and I, we was out on the Susitna. We was hunting for muskies there, fishing, doing no fishing. And I went down over the side there to take a leak. And my brother, he's over on the other side of the camp there, put some Campbell's on the camp stove. And he starts whooping and hollering. And I say, what are you making this whooping and hollering about? And I come over here and he's like, look over there in the river. About halfway up, he seen something. Something moving was there in the river. And I thought, is that a little doggy in the river? And I thought, look twice at it. And it wasn't no doggy. It was kind of not doing like the paddle thing like the dog. He was almost slithering like a fish or something. But he had a wolf head. And he got like a fin or something there. Then I look in his eyes. And he got two glowing red eyes. And I just got shivers all up and down inside me. And I said, that ain't no dog. That's a sea wolf, brother.
After spending days traversing the dangerous Alaska wilderness, our film crew was unfortunately unable to capture any footage of this mythical beast. But we remain hopeful. We may never know if any mysterious creatures roam the last frontier, but who's to say it's impossible? Join us next week as we follow Henry Oakes back to the Susitna River, where his famous seawolf sighting first took place. I'm Johnny Enigma, and thanks for watching Cryptids of America.